Where does matcha come from? Different regions around Japan have different specialties when it comes to matcha. From the more delicate matchas in the south to the bolder matcha teas in the mountains, each climate leaves its mark on the matcha flavor profile. When sourcing matcha, the region is one of the most important considerations. Great matcha can be produced in any of the major tea-producing regions, but each region tends to have their own specialties. First, we have Uji. Uji is the world's most famous matcha region, and for good reason. Ever since the 1500s, Uji has had the reputation for producing Japan's best tea. Historically, this was the first region to use the shading technique at scale, which gave the tea industry a huge head start. Nowadays, the region benefits from generations of talented farmers and a rich rolling terroir that provides the tea plants with natural shading. Uji Matcha usually comes at a premium, so while it is the most famous, if you're looking for good deals, you'll want to look elsewhere. Next, we're going to cover the largest matcha producing region in Japan. But before we get to that, if you're enjoying this video so far, you'll really love our book, Matcha Masterclass, with 140 pages all about matcha tea. You can get a free copy when you click the link in the description below. Now let's talk about Shizuoka. So Shizuoka remains the volume heavyweight, even in the matcha world, producing up to 40% of Japan's total tea production. Farms stretch up the river valleys at the foot of Mount Fuji, where longer, cooler winters favor frost-hardy yabukita. During spring, you'll spot giant green fans circulating air so the fresh sprouts don't freeze. Matcha from Shizuoka leans bright and brisk, with a vivid color, crisp grassy aromatics, and a clean, refreshing finish. This bolder flavor also comes from the yabukita cultivar, which is overrepresented in this cooler tea-growing region. Shizuoka is home to both mountain tea plantations as well as low elevation. For this reason, the flavor of the matcha will also depend on where it's grown within Shizuoka. Kagoshima. Farther south on the subtropical Kyushu island, Kagoshima's volcanic soils and mild winters let farmers shade more delicate cultivars like okumidori, saimidori, and asatsuyu, without worrying about the frost. The result is plush, naturally sweet matcha with deep emerald green color and a very low astringency. Producers such as Mr. Sakamoto specialize in organic fertilizer and intensive, long net shading that supercharges the umami. Mie. Facing the Pacific near the old capitals of Kyoto and Nara, Mie cultivates both yabukita and aroma-forward varieties like Sayama Kaori and Okumidori. Local mills turn much of the crop into culinary-grade matcha destined for wagashi and pastry kitchens, but a growing share is being slow-milled for cafe-style lattes, prized for their nutty sweet base and stable color. Kyoto. Kyoto is the spiritual home of matcha. Small, centuries-old tea gardens still blanket the misty hills south of Kyoto City, where traditions such as hand-built Hanzu straw shading are still alive and well. Cultivars like Goko and Saimidori thrive here, and they yield a thick, velvety texture, rich umami, lingering sweetness, and that signature perfume that sets the benchmark for ceremonial-grade matcha. Kumamoto. Although better known for sencha, Kumamoto's inland basin provides cool nighttime temperatures that lock in fragrance. A handful of growers now stone mill shaded leaf into small batch matcha, which is distinguished by a round, nutty body with notes of roasted chestnut and sweet potato, and a pleasant, balancing astringency that shines both in milk drinks as well as plain bowls. Miyazaki. Mountainous Miyazaki lies on Kyushu's eastern coast, where narrow terraced fields sit above 600 meters. The altitude slows growth and concentrates amino acids. Shaded okumidori and kanaya midori from here produce matcha with silky texture. The region is much more known for rare leaf teas like kame-iracha and oolong, but it does produce some matcha teas as well. Yame. Tiny yame punches far above its weight. The growers here have perfected the ultra-long shading technique, often with 25 days or more under double or triple netting, to create the most decadent and umami-rich teas in Japan. While the district is famous for gyokuro, this same material can be processed into tencha and then stone milled to become a matcha with remarkable depth. If you want to try matcha from different regions all around Japan to see which flavors you prefer, you can get a matcha sampler at neoteas.com. This is a curated selection of our favorite pesticide-free matcha teas after meeting with dozens of tea farmers all around the country. Taste a few and see which ones you like most. In the next video, we're going to be talking about the difference between organic versus non-organic matcha. But if you don't want to wait that long, you can get the full book for free when you sign up using the link below. Until then, we'll see you next time.